in one of our growth sectors here in Berks County, which is agriculture, is that March is National Agricultural Day is on the 21st, and National Agricultural Week is celebrated March 21st through the 27th. Just like manufacturing, there are some wonderful programs with our students here in Berks County that are hosted through our Department of Agriculture here at the county, as well as the Berks Agricultural Resource Network. In 2023, the National Agricultural Day themes for essays and video contests are divided by different grade categories. You can find out all of this information at berksag.org. And I'll certainly try to continue to support this. I think that this is really critical for our sector here in agriculture, because it reminds people where their food is coming from, and that agricultural contribution is present in your everyday life, not just out on farm somewhere in bucolic Berks County. So the themes this year are very creative. I commend those who came up with them. For grades 3 through 5, it's "Where's my dippy egg?" Grades 6 through 8, farming past and present, and grades 9 through 12, our high schoolers will be focusing on why shop local. So again, that website is berksag.org. I encourage everybody to get their families and students involved. It can be an essay or a video contest. And I look forward to attending the upcoming meetings. I think my fellow commissioners are going on Monday to really be involved and present with our agricultural community. There is a deadline for these essays and videos. That's March 10th. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucine. Several items. I also want to congratulate Ryan Spuler. Ryan has spent the last several years working in archives, and he's been under the direction and mentorship of Kathy, and I think he is absolutely the perfect person to step in. Archives is more of a unique area of business, if you will. There aren't a lot of people that work in the private sector in archives, but it's very important to the county, whether we're talking historical documents, documents that are in the normal course of business, very secure documents, documents that have a specific lifespan, that are kept for a certain period of time and then by law in many cases need to be destroyed. So it's a very important process, and congratulations on that. I'm going to share my screen for the next few items that I want to discuss. We have a update to our website for America 250 PA Berks. This is a committee that I chair, prepping for the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. There's a lot of things going on. I want to encourage you. We just added a history timeline under the category Explore. If you click on that, and this is our history subcommittee, you can click on the timelines in any category and then get some of the key information. And the neat thing that we start with is right here, and it's July the 8th, actually, 1776, that the Berks County Liberty Bell that is down in the lobby of the Services Center was rung, calling people together in Reading and Berks County. And that hung in the original courthouse, calling people for the first reading of the Declaration of Independence. Tentatively, we're planning to have a special program here on Saturday, July the 8th of this year, where we will be reading the Declaration of Independence. Again, it's in its entirety. Very few people have ever heard or taken the time to read the Declaration in its entirety. But I encourage you to go to this website. This is all volunteers. We've not paid for this website. Alvernia University's volunteered through their student team to help build this site. Heather Adams from BCTV chairs our website subcommittee. Laurel Miller chairs our history committee, and her committee put this timeline together. Ben Neely from the Berks History Center, and George Miser, who is probably the #1 historian for Berks County, are part of that subcommittee. The second thing's already been mentioned. Just want to let you know the County of Berks website is up. It is running. It is much more easier to navigate. We try to put your main areas up here: government, services, community areas, and then answering questions. How do I report child abuse? How do I get a fishing license? How do I request a birth certificate? And then as you move down, some of the top areas: election, public meetings, the courts, jobs, exploring Berks County. Encourage you to take the opportunity to check it out. It's countyofberks.com. And then yesterday morning, I had the privilege of going up to Berks Encore, and I was with Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie is the marketing director for Berks Encore, and we had the privilege of doing Meals on Wheels together. I want to thank Berks Encore for the great work that they do. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we will move on with the agenda. Are there any comments from our public row officers? Okay, Commissioner Rivera.
Yeah, thank you. I have one other item here I forgot, but Monday, which is March 6th, is National Black Balloon Day. And that is the day to raise awareness and support those struggling with substance use disorder, and remember those who have lost their lives to overdose. And the Berks County Black Balloon was founded by the Murray family in honor of their son Christopher, who lost his life to opioids 18 years ago. And they request that you stop by their bench, which has become the symbol for the Berks County Black Balloon. And their bench is located in the Reading Public Museum. From noon to 6 p.m. on Monday, there will be someone there from their family and others related to the Berks County Black Balloon to distribute free Black Balloon, Berks Black Balloon wristbands. And they're inviting public officials, religious leaders, and those suffering from the epidemic to stop by to receive or give a word of encouragement to each other and to spread the awareness of the problem. So please, if you have some time on Monday between 12 and 6 p.m., please drop by, help share this on your social media. Opioid crisis is something that's real. It needs to be addressed. We need to make people aware of it. Through the SOS Berks, we're looking at ways on how we can increase awareness and education around opioids. If you park in the intersection of South 7th Avenue and Parkside Drive North in West Reading, you can walk down the steps through the garden and make a right on the pavement path. And the bench is about 75 feet up the path. It will be marked with black balloons. If you park in the museum parking lot, you go across the red walking bridge and turn left. The bench is about 75 feet from there. So if you do have a chance, please go there. We want to increase awareness so that others might not fall victims to this epidemic. I will be there in the afternoon as well to show my support. So again, this Monday from 6 to noon p.m. at the Reading Public Museum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Rivera. We move on to public comment, and we have one in person, Ms. Pfeiffer. If you could step up to the microphone, your name and where you're from in 3 minutes.
Good morning, everybody. Commissioner Leinbach, happy birthday. My name is Maria Bogdanova Pfeiffer. I'm a resident of Oley Valley. For John Zavoli, I'm not a foreign agent. I'm actually a legal U.S. immigrant, like many here, and probably ancestors of the same person that made a comment last week. I am also a U.S. citizen. So I'm going to be addressing some of the issues that rose from last week's meeting. One of them, I really did not feel like the concerns that I addressed and the response that I've got were very respectful. So, and that there are a few issues that pertain to transparency. One would be agenda and the website. You asked for feedback. In our school district, when agenda is posted, the pertinent documents also uploaded, and anybody can look at them in advance, have any questions, address the questions before the meeting, so they would be properly answered. Last time, I remember when I asked the question, it took about a month to get the response through the email. So when agenda is posted 24 hours in advance, it really limits constituents like myself to raise the questions offline and not to come here to the meetings, start raising them. And the second one on the agenda, specifically the question that I asked was in regard to an item, it was 862023. So the track was identified, and I'm going to read from the agenda. Farmland Berks County Welfare Track. There was no parcel IDs, there was no instrument numbers under which one could possibly conduct any research. So it would be very helpful to have this information provided. I'm gonna provide my email. I'm looking forward to receiving this information so I could further look at it. Going to move to the next one. When I brought a concern about the tax-based reassessment and how it affects the residents, I pulled out some articles and actually statistical research conducted in 2022. Some of the articles were from Quicken Loans. It's a website. There's a lot of useful information. And the other one was just looking at statistics. The taxes, just the cost of livings that we acquired in the last year, even a year, it's a real concern for the residents. Anything that raises the taxes indeed puts people out of their homes, and they turn from homeowners to
Finish
tenants.
up your thoughts, please.
Yes. So those are just real concerns that were addressed. And since the tax reassessments going in the counties around us, they were on the table. I'm glad that you answered them, but please
Okay.
don't.
Thank you. There are no other comments online. That closes our public comment period. Anything else for the good of the order?
Motion to adjourn?
The meeting stands adjourned.